Welcome everybody to AMF Wantagh lanes and the finals of the LIGBT tournament from June 23rd. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's introduce our three finalist shootouts. From the left, Anatoly Kordakovsky, and he is from Brooklyn, New York. In the middle is Tommy Grunwald from Astoria, New York. And all the way to the right in the white shirt, Don Crummell from Freeport, New York. Guys, shake hands and let's get the match going.
One top 100.
Okay, Tommy Grunwald will be up first on the left, and Don will be up first on the right. Handicaps for this: Tommy Grunwald has 27 pins handicap, Anatoly 36, and Don's getting a boatload, 60 pins in handicap. So he is starting off with a 24-pin lead over Anatoly, and an incredible 33-pin lead over Tommy. Let's see how Tommy does on his first shot. And it's a good shot, and he gets 10 in the pit. Nicely done for Tommy Grunwald.
That's for you, Curtis. That's for you. That's for you, Curtis.
All right, Don. His first shot looks pretty good, and Don with the most handicap puts 10 in the pit. Don Crummell. Anatoly's up on the left lane. Anatoly won his first tournament about 3 months ago, and he is the only bowler in the final shootout that has an LIGBT title. So let's see how he starts the match. Anatoly, as you can see, is a left-handed bowler. And his first shot over the first arrow, coming in, and it's 10 in the pit, and we are off to a great start. All three bowlers are striking. The bowlers today bowl on Kegel's Abbey Road pattern, which is a 40-foot pattern. It is out of the challenge pattern category. Normally LIGBT uses sports patterns, but we use the Abbey Road pattern to help bowlers practice for a big tournament in Vegas that's next week called the Amateur Bowlers Championship, and many of them are coming out. And Tommy Grunwald continues that string of strikes with a double on the right lane. Let's see how Don answers the double by Tommy. And Don, he goes in a little light and leaves the washout. 1, 2, 4, 10. Happy birthday. Thank you. We had a great crowd today on a beautiful summer's day here at Wantagh. 121 entries packed the bowling center. Prize fund paid out close to $5,000. A lot of fun today. And here's Anatoly's second shot, and it's 10 in the pit. So 2 out of 3 bowlers have started with strikes. Let's see how Don makes this washout. And no, he leaves the 1 pin. So he's got 9.28 in a second, but he's got the most handicap, so he's still basically leading. Tommy Grunwald is from Astoria, New York, and he's single. And he qualified with a 7.14 in the 1 p.m. squad. And Tommy's only 23 years young, so he's the youngster in the final match. Looking for a triple. And he comes in a little late and leaves a ringing 10 pin. Now Don going in for his third frame. Goes Brooklyn, leads the 5-9. Don bowls often with the LIGBT team, brings his wife Sandra to the tournament, and they both bowl. Don has 2 children, and it comes from a wonderful family. Tommy spares the 10 pin, so he now has 49 in the second. Let's see how Don does this spare. Oh, he chops it. A bad break for Don. Very bad break for Don. So now he has 2 opens in the second and third frame. He has 37 in the third. Anatoly working on a double. Anatoly works for Verizon. and has 3 children. He qualified in the 3 p.m. squad with a 7:41. He's the only lefty in the finals. Let's see how he does. Goes a little wider than normal. Comes in a little late, and he leaves the 7-pin. So Anatoly has 29 in the first frame, looking for his spare. Anatoly hangs on, makes the 7-pin. So he and Tommy are tied with 49 scratch in the second, both working on a spare. So right now, including the handicap, Anatoly is actually leading by 8 pins over Don. And Tommy, here's his 4th frame. He goes high and leads the 3-pin. And here's Don's 4th frame. And he goes right into the pocket. And he's finally back on the marking trail. So, good 4th frame for Don. This should be a fairly easy spare for Tommy, as Tommy has one of the higher averages in the tournament club. Ooh, he drops the ball, and he makes it anyway. That's fancy footwork by Tommy Grunwald. Take that. And don't follow those footsteps. Okay, Anatoly now. He's the last one to finish with the 4th frame, working on a spare.
Every shot on that lane. Take it.
I can look at the other part on the back of the shirt.
Anatoly taking a little extra time, and he throws it wide, and he tries to rip the rack, but leaves the 10-pin. LIGBT will be taking off next week, as most of the club will be going to Vegas. And then we're going to be coming back with a big July 4th weekend major, 2,000 on top, and all entries, all squads, only $50. So don't miss that great event. LIGBT major, 2,000 on top, all entries, $50. Anatoly hangs on and makes the 10-pin, and he and Tommy are going blow to blow with a double and 2 9 spares in a row. Anatoly's got 104 in the 4th frame with a spare working. Don, if he strikes, will take the lead back from Anatoly due to the fact he gets 60 pins in handicap. Here's Tommy's 5th frame. Goes a little wider than normal. And he leaves the 4-pin. Let's see if Don can double. Gets the ball out, finishing nicely. Does he trip it? No, he leaves the 4-7. Tommy converts nicely his 4-pin, so he is still clean through 5 frames. And Don makes the spare nicely. Angelo DeSena today from Brooklyn at the high series, 793. That was in the first squad. Angelo got 2 buys, but was eliminated in round 3. And Elizabeth John had the high series in the 3 o'clock squad, 818 handicap. That was high for the day, actually. She earned 1 buy, but also got eliminated in the round before the final. Anatoly goes a little high in the pocket, leaves a 6-pin. Cut scores for today were fairly low, 666 in the 1 o'clock squad, and in the 3 o'clock squad, 669. So both squads, the oil held up pretty even, and it took just about, if you bowled your average, you made the finals. That's the big advantage bowling and LIGBT events. Bowl your average, you're almost guaranteed to make the finals. 1 in 5 advance in most tournaments. You put out either a sport or a challenge shot. Sharpens all the bowler's skills here. And that is why over 1,700 bowlers have become members of the LIGBT in only its 5-year history. Tommy now going on the 6th frame. That's too wide. Oh, he rips the rack. He comes off the edge and he rips the rack with a strike.
Don't worry, you walk with your own cheerleader.
Okay, Don Cromwell on the left lane. Uh-oh, this one's going to have to cross to get some wood. And he stuck with the 5-10. Bad break for Don. It wasn't that bad of a shot. Let's see if Don can convert this. Anatoly working on a spare. He's up in his 6th frame. This one a little wide, and he leaves the weak 7 pin, excuse me. Don Cromwell going for the 5-10. Will he make it? Oh, he just misses it to the left. Great try by Don. So he opens in the 6th frame. He has 83 scratch and 6, 143 with his handicap. Anatoly looks good on the spare, and he stays clean. Now, if Tommy doubles here in the 7th frame, he will take the lead. So this is a big bowl by Tom Grunwald. He can take control of the match with a strike.
Beat it!
Oh, what a shot by Tommy. He takes the lead. And the bowler with the least amount of handicap comes through and throws the ball great to double up. Okay, Don Cromwell. He's bowling in his 7th frame. Looks a little light. Oh, he gets a great break. Knocks out the 10 to avoid a big split. But it leaves the 2-4-8, which is a difficult spare. Anatoly working on a spare. He's working on his 7th frame. He's going to need a hit here to keep some pressure on Tommy. Throws the ball, goes crossover, leaves the 2-7 baby split. Let's see if Don can make the spare. And he does nicely. Nice conversion by Don Cromwell. Let's take a look at the score. And as you can see in handicap, Tommy's working on a double 134. Anatoly needs to convert this split to stay competitive. He's got 160. Uh-oh, is he going to get it from the outside? And he does! Oh, wow, what a great shot. He makes it by hitting the 2-pin. And then Don, as you see, has 83 on a spare with 143 with his handicap. All right, let's get back to the action. Tommy looking for a triple and really taking a nice lead in this match, and it looks good. Oh yeah, he rips the rack, and Tommy's working on a triple. Tommy is clean so far this game, as well as Anatoly. All right, Don.
And he's off.
Working on a spare.
Jersey.
Going over. Leaves the 6-10.
All the spear.
Anatoly, if he wants to put any pressure on, Tommy's going to have to hit here. Throws the ball, comes in a little light, and mixes it up nicely. So Anatoly gets a strike. He has 180 with his handicap. And Don converts his spare nicely to 6-10.
Put something together now, Don.
Tommy, if he gets a strike here in the 9th, can basically lock up the $1,000 first prize. 500's for second, 300 is third. Everybody that made the finals today earned at least $80. Second round losers earned $150. Third round,
Let me come up back. Come on up
that
back.
went so wide. What a shot. Tommy has found a great line on the outside. He's working at a 257 scratch pace. Awesome. Well done here by Tommy Grunwald. And Tommy looks good for trying to win his first LIGB title. Okay, Don is now bowling his ninth frame. Throws the ball, goes a little wide. Gets a 6 count. Anatoly. Anatoly needs to strike here. Keep the pressure on Tom, otherwise it looks like it's Tom's title. Anatoly throws the ball, looks good. What a great shot by Anatoly. So he is not giving up just yet. So Anatoly doubles. Don Cromwell spares. Nicely done, Don. So Don, he's got 117 with a spare in the ninth. All right, let's see what the story is. If Tommy goes out cheap, he shoots 257 scratch, and the best Anatoly can do scratch is 234, and he's only getting 6 extra pins from Tommy. So let's see how he does. Oh, that goes wide. Oh my God, he was a half a board in from the gutter, and that's the victory for Tommy Grunwald. Congratulations on his first LIGBT victory. Don Cromwell going on the overside, and he leaves a ringing 9 pin. Tommy buries another ball, and he's going to shoot in the 250s. A great performance by Tommy Grunwald. And Dom picks up the spare.
You never know.
So Dom, if he marks, he'll shoot in the 150 scratch. He'll shoot over 200 with his 60 pins handicap. All right, Tommy finishing up. Just to show he's human, he's a Jersey 5-pin. Congratulations. 256 scratch, 283 handicap, and Tommy Grunwald has his first LIGBT title. And Donnie, he finishes with a strike, 156, 216.
All right.
And now Anatoly trying to finish his game. He will finish in second place, earning $500 for Anatoly. Donnie will take third. He earns $300. And well-deserved Tom Grunwald bowled fantastic. One of the best matches ever in the final shootout. 256 scratch. Anatoly, he buries another one. That's for 3 in a row, and he could shoot 234 scratch, but that will not be enough. If he finishes out with strikes, he'll lose the match by 13 pins. Despite a 234, Tommy just defeated everybody with his 256 scratch game. Anatoly's second shot in the 10th. And it looks good, and he puts 10 more in the pit. So Anatoly bowling a clean, unbelievable game of 230 scratch, would win almost every time, but Tommy Grunwald was too hot today, and he comes out victorious.
Only on the tail end. Hold the tiara. You going over there?
Anatoly finishing up, goes a little high, gets the 8 count, but he finishes up with a 232 scratch, 268. So a 15-pin victory for Tommy Grunwald. Congratulations. And we'll have the check and trophy presentation in 1 minute.
I hear you say that.